Oh, hello, hello, everybody. Here we are to Ditch Your Debt. This is Belinda Rosenblum. Jump on the line. There I am. Hello, Yasmin. Here we are for day 10. Hello, Buff Hawk. We are here to celebrate together. It is the, see it down there at the bottom? Ditch Your Debt Challenge. Welcome, welcome. Day 10. Change your behavior. Hi. So it seemed like 1 o'clock was better, so I did a quick one earlier today at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, like I'd mentioned in the email, and I figured that now will be our bigger one. We are ditching our debt. I'm going to put on a little bit of background music here. Welcome to all of our replay viewers, all of our live viewers. Hello, Katie. We have a fun song in the background here by Andra Day. It's called Rise Up. Hi from Susan. Hello, Susan. Great to see you on here. Kay Fearless, welcome, welcome. Okay, I'm going to turn it around, and then I'm going to, there we go. Then I'm going to post it on our Facebook group real quick. Okay, I queued up the Facebook post so I can make it really quickly, post it really quickly. Hello, Brooklyn Kells. Welcome, welcome. Okay, here we go. Okay. Start getting down. Okay. Here we go. Oops. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oops. Okay, there we go. Okay, we got it. Yay! Rise up. Welcome, everybody. Okay, fantastic. Okay, we're almost there. Okay. Getting back to our page. Where did that go? There we go. Okay, good. So I'll give folks just another minute or two to join. I know I might have divided up the group by doing two, but so be it. We'll see what we can do. We're here to talk about day 10 to change your behavior. Hello, sister. Welcome, welcome. And for those of you who are joining and haven't had a chance to say hello yet, please jump on and say hi. And what else do I want to say? If you're not following me yet, take a look at that over there. Click that little guy. You can press for some hearts. Yay! Thanks, guys. And so swipe and share as well. You swipe from left to right and then up on an Android. Hey, how are you? Remind me your name, sister. I'm not remembering it right now. We have so many Melisas and Marisas and Mimis and just trying to, Susan, and trying to keep everybody straight. Thank you for inviting your followers. Very cool. Very cool. So you don't even have to be in the Ditch Your Debt Challenge to join these Periscopes, which is fun too. But I think that it is much better to be in it because then you get your daily exercises. It's cute. I actually had somebody who saw us on Periscope and then said, hey, can I still get in? Yesterday, because it was day 9, I said, absolutely. And then this way, as soon as you get in, you get all 10. Ready to go. Hey, Bernice. Welcome, welcome. So glad that you're getting something from this, too. Thank you for your nice note. And, okay. So for those of you who are not in it yet, you can join us at ditchyourdebtchallenge.com. One thing that I'm going to lower this just a little bit. Okay. We'll keep it in the back. One thing that I mentioned earlier is that if you're in the challenge or if you've already signed up for our Rich Life, Live Your Rich Life webinar, you can request to join request to join in on Thursday's live makeovers and get a makeover for yourself. So I'm going to post the information to be able to do that. Actually, I posted the link earlier, but I'll just post the information a little bit later. I wrote myself a note actually to do that. When we get off this call. And I'd love to have all of you request to get a Rich Life makeover. It is possible. We can create a Rich Life for you, but we just have to get going. And there's often some specific skills I need to be teaching you, a breakthrough to be able to get through, and to start to just recognize what has been in your way and how do we move you through it. So I'm going to be doing that live for 3 people on the call. So super fun there. If you want to jump in on the webinar directly, you can go to ownyourmoney.com/live-rich. So that is the scoop there. And for all of my Ditch Your Debt Challenge folks, woo! Let's get a big celebration. I want to hear from everyone. I want to hear you celebrate. Put a little woohoo or yes or something fun. No matter where you are, you've taken some actions. You're here with me on the Periscope, so I know that you're in it. You're engaged, and that is just fantastic. So let me know. Say yes. Say woohoo, whatever it is. Say I'm on day 10. If yes is easier, just write yes, 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 yes. I want to see all of us celebrate together. Once again, I am Belinda Rosenblum. I run a company called Own Your Money. And I am leading this Ditch Your Debt Challenge to really free yourself of the burden that debt holds on you to be able to step into this place of power and fun and freedom with your money instead. Yay, Bernice! This power and fun and freedom, once you work through and you let go of the judgment, the shame, and the guilt, that is what is on the other side. And that's what happens when you let go of the money owning you. Hey, Sarah, welcome. And you instead decide that you will own your money. That is what is possible for you. So I'm so honored to be able to be here to lead all of you on today's session. Thanks for all of the hearts. Totally fun. I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of, hey Peaches, welcome back. A quick walkthrough of the day 10 exercise and lesson. And then before I launch into it, just a quick reminder, we're at about 90 days left of the year. And sometimes I think a lot of people write off what they can accomplish in the end of the year as soon as we hit October. But I'd like to see you do the opposite. I'd like to see you really ramp up and say, how can I make this a game? How can I challenge myself? How can I really finish off the year strong? Whether it's paying down debt, building up your savings, finding the place of peace when it comes to your money. All those things are super important, and we can keep putting it off, but someday never becomes a day of the week. So we need to schedule it and put it into the 7 days that are actually there. So when we talk about day 10, which is changing our behavior, I talked about a few specific things that you can put in. The first one is automating your payments. And so when you automate your payments, then I do it for all of the minimums on all of my credit cards, any bills that I'm able to automate in, I do. And it's just all so important that you never let yourself hit any of the late fees or the overdrafts, because it's just literally like money leaking out of your pocket when you do that. The second piece is to track your money. And I literally could do an entire 10-day course on that. And that is a key part of all of my programs, particularly the Rich Life Mastery program, because it's so important that you know where your money is going on a regular basis and you're the one in charge of it. I encourage you to set up daily alerts to your phone or your email so that you can take a quick peek at your accounts every day. I also have alerts set up. I mean, honestly, it takes just a few minutes. I did it this morning. I felt better as I was heading into my day. But you can also set up alerts that say if I get below a certain balance, then send me a message. And I find those really helpful, because sometimes if a bill clears for more than I think it's going to, or I have forgotten to do some kind of transfer that I meant to do, then these alerts really literally alert me with what I need to be doing. Hey Tom, welcome. So I want to see you automate in your payments, and then second, to track your money. And then the third is to really look at how you can make this all sustainable, right? I talked about having you not increase your credit card balances while you're in this challenge, but it's really more about, on a bigger picture, how do you learn how to live within your means, start earning more, get to the point where you're saving what you really want, and you have this place of peace and confidence around your money all the time. That's what we want to be creating for you. That's why participating in Tuesday's webinar called Live Your Rich Life, the 3 massive mistakes that keep you under earning, under saving, and overwhelmed, and how to avoid them, is so important. Why I'm so psyched to be doing that program, and why I've actually decided to include it in conjunction with the Ditch Your Debt Challenge, because I do find that they're very intimately connected. So so that's the gist, and I want to see all of you share it on either your public Facebook page, or at least make sure you share it in our Facebook group. All of you should be in there when you're in the Ditch Your Debt Challenge, or sign up for the webinar. You get access to the group. So you just request to join. We accept you very quickly, I'd say within a few hours, generally, maybe even less. And if it's overnight Eastern time, then cut us some slack. But I really do look to accept you in and welcome you in as quickly as possible. So that's what I wanted to cover on today. When you start to really change your behavior, this is all leading up to you creating really sustainable change. And it is a blend of the mindset piece, as well as the practical steps. And that's why when I've done this 10-day challenge, I've interspersed Monday, Wednesday, Friday as tactical steps that you need to go and do. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays have been gratitude exercises with a daily dose every day to have you step into that place of enoughness and let go of the scarcity that you may have been feeling along the way. So I'm happy to answer any questions about day 10, about changing your behaviors. Yesterday I got a lot of questions about couples, and that was really interesting. Let me just make sure that the post I posted, it should have worked. But while I think about it, yep, okay, great, it posted, yay. Oh, wait, hold on, maybe it didn't. Periscope alert number 2. Oh, that's so weird. Oh no, I did post. Okay, great. Just checking. So let me know what questions you have. You can ask me any questions for days 1 through 10. Ask me any questions around money, around earning, around saving, you name it, around credit, debt. I am your go-to wealth expert today on Periscope. You ask and I will answer. And if you have any questions even on doing the makeover, on the webinar, you let me know. I'm doing it twice to try and get different time zones. So one is 1 o'clock Eastern time, which is right now, essentially in a few days, so that you will be in the space to, we know that if you can clear your slot for this, you can clear your slot then. And you do have a unique URL, so make sure that you go and you check your email and that you do have access to get the email, the URL in that email for the webinars on Tuesday. It's the same URL that works for both the 1 o'clock and the 8 o'clock, and then there's a different URL that works for Thursdays. So what questions do you have? Just jump on in. It's all fair game. You can even ask me anything about me or my business or my family or whatever. It's all good. I'll take a deep breath. Oh, thanks for the hearts. I want to find a better, okay, that's everything I want to cover. I want to talk to you about the last 90 days here. We did that. That's my organized bookshelf. I need better light for these scopes. It kind of annoys me how I don't feel like I have good light. Such a great job that I'm doing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really do care so much about you all and about the progress that you can be making with your money. And it's interesting, and we'll talk more about this on Tuesday, that, I think that people really discount the impact that they can have from taking action. And once you could start to see the impact on a monthly basis, literally, actually today, I just spoke with somebody and we worked out this online business that he wants to be starting. I want to say thank you for the challenge. It's helped me tackle the emotional impact of your debt. Yasmin, thank you. That really means so much to me because I think that is partly why I believe so much in my work, is that we need to be facing the emotional aspects of our debt and our money to actually make the progress that we want to be able to make. And this is the beginning. It feels like you've opened a door, you've cracked open a door that you weren't able to before. And so I'm so proud of you, Yasmin, and really so proud of all of you who are participating with us in this challenge. So you're welcome. So tell me, what's next? Let's talk about what's next. What kind of supports you need next? What's the next level, the next thing we're going to tackle? If you're not on day 10 yet, then what day are you on, and how do I help you move forward? Let me know. Just jump on in. I've actually really enjoyed doing this challenge. I wasn't really sure how it was going to be. I've never done one like this before. And it was just wonderful to engage with all of you. We have nearly, we have over 1,200 people that did the challenge or have signed up for the webinar. So the seats are limited on Tuesday's webinar, so that you know. So if you're really excited and interested in joining, just make sure that I'm not going to be periscoping at the same time, too much to keep track of. So make sure that you log in time to be able to get in. Just a heads up. We They actually don't make a platform that holds more than 1,000 people, but our platform is less than that anyway. Okay, Katie, I only have 2 big bills left. How do I stay motivated for my huge student loan and my mortgage? That is a really great question. Well, I'm so proud of you. That means that you paid off all of your credit card debt and other debts, if that's what we're focusing on. I'm going to use the Facebook group to hold me accountable, especially on the snowballing approach. That sounds like a great idea, Yasmin. So that's a good start. I don't know, this group may quiet down a little bit once the challenge is over, but certainly feel free to keep posting in here. The people that are active in group programs with me have other Facebook groups that they do use regularly, but let's try it. Let's see how it goes. And then if you do decide to step into another program with me, then you'll have a more active Facebook group all the time when I'm doing more weekly programs and everything. So that's great. And then how do you stay motivated? The biggest thing I would say, Katie, is to really look at your why. Like, why do you want the freedom? Why do you want to be out of this debt? Something like student loans, too, we might just need to consolidate and or automate them in, get the payments going, look at how you can fast track it, particularly if the balance due on the student loans is just a really large amount that you want to really attack. And if the student loans are at really high rates, then we actually want to be attacking them even faster as well. And the mortgage, I'm not sure. Tell me what kind of rate you're at for something like your mortgage or even your student loans. And let's see. My instinct is that I will need you or want you to create more savings before I have you do extra payments to handle your mortgage, because essentially your mortgage is offset by the value you have in your house, assuming that you still have some equity in your house, and that it will be more important to generate some savings so that you build up the momentum. Hey, Brooklyn Kells, welcome back. So that you build up the momentum and so that you so that when expenses come up, you don't have to hit the card. You have the savings that can cover what I call our unusual frequent items, where they all feel unusual, but frequently there's something. So that's why I call them unusual frequent items. So all good points, though, that you're making. Okay, guys, jump on in. What other questions do you have here? Okay, Katie, student loan is $16,000 at 2%, and the mortgage is at $99,000 and 3.8%, but you do have a PMI. So I would say you'll focus. The 2% is great, even though 3.8% is quite good. So I would say focus on the PMI, because the PMI likely has a higher percentage rate, and at the same time start to really fast track your savings so that you don't have to be generating any credit card debt again, because you've done such a great job of paying that off. Okay, what else do we have here? I gotta find a better angle. I'm not loving any of these angles, which is tough because the GoToWebinar I'm actually setting up so that, hey Samantha, welcome, so that you can see my face when I'm answering questions and everything. You're welcome, Katie. And if you apply for a makeover, any of you, then I'm happy to take a look at your debt and help you prioritize. Hey there. All good, all good. Okay, this is slightly better, but I still look so tired. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little tired. Maybe I woke up early today. But that's okay. We'll get there. So what other questions do you have? I will likely come on this weekend. I'll have to check and see if I can come on both days. We have my son's 2-year-old birthday party on Sunday, so we'll kind of have our hands full, particularly around 1 o'clock because it starts at 2. But let me know what other questions you have. I'm going to try and find a different angle here because I really do not like the angle that you all were getting me at. Here you can see some of my nice inspirational pictures here on the wall. Okay, what other questions do you have? What else can I answer for you today? Just jump on in here before we go. I'm still okay on time. I try and keep this to about a half an hour. I did get a message though that the replay might not totally work, so we'll see. I don't really understand why the storage space on my phone has any impact on what Periscope records in terms of the replay, but it did just give me that message. So you guys are very lucky that you're watching me live. What other questions do you have? Just jump on in and ask your question. Or express your gratitude. You know, that has been every other day. So let me know, who did you write a thank you note for? What's the gratitude that you want to be expressing in the meantime? Did you give money away yesterday? Tell me, how's it all going for you? Wherever you're at is a great place to be. Let's see if I can put you up here. on my little bookshelf here. I have a very heavy money related bookshelf. Okay, there we go. Okay, great. Hello, Lunchpreneurs. Wow, Katya, it's great to see you on with us. Hey there. I have been so busy with this Ditch Your Debt challenge, and I'm not really a big Twitter person, but I need to connect with you and figure out how we can collaborate. Thanks for all the hearts. So fun. If you're not all in the Ditch Your Debt challenge, then jump on in at ditchyourdebtchallenge.com. This is day 10. So exciting. And as soon as you join, yes, send you a tweet. I know, I totally need to. Right now we've just been so busy, and honestly, I was actually a little bit sick the last week or two. I don't know if you could tell on Periscope, but I said all sorts of stuff that was happening, and this rash thing happening here, and so it's all healing now. Oh, thank you. I am on the road to recovery, which is good because Tuesday is going to be a big day with doing 2 live webinars that day, and then Thursday doing the Rich Life Makeover. So make sure that you jump on live for those because you will be getting a juicy bonus for being on live. And there's really just so much great stuff to be had. So again, that's ditchyourdebtchallenge.com. And otherwise, the webinar is accessible at ownyourmoney.com/live-rich. So any other questions that I can answer today about money, debt, credit, savings, earning, it's all good. Let me know. Let me know. And then we're going to end with a big celebration. And we'll go from there. Everyone will have a wonderful day moving forward. So do you have any more questions that you want me to answer around anything I covered in the challenge, around anything I'm going to cover on the webinar? I'm not going to share with you what all the mistakes are because you'll need to join in to get those, but they're really juicy and I just see them again and again, and it's just so important that you start to learn how to create a different reality with your money versus what you've been doing. It's this idea that if you keep doing what you've been doing, you'll keep getting what you've been getting. Okay, Bernice, should I try to refinance a Parent Plus loan for $23,000, which is at 8.5%? Oh, that was your question. I read your question a few times, and I read the question that was posted online. And welcome, Aaliyah. Great to have you on. So is your daughter still in school? In terms of the Parent Plus loan, I'm thinking maybe. So if maybe, then we might want to finish it and then consolidate them. No. Okay, so then I would look at seeing how you could consolidate them and particularly how you could lower your interest rate. 8.5% is actually kind of high. I wouldn't suggest you do it with a 0% credit card or even a personal loan necessarily, like a payoff loan, because student loan debt is just generally over a longer period of time, and it's an installment loan, so it does better for you on your credit score than something like credit card debt, which is literally payable immediately. So I would see what you can do to refinance it. And really the most important thing related to those loans, since your kids are paying it directly, that you have online access and you can check once or twice a month, let's say, that that it's being paid. You're welcome. That it's being paid regularly, because as soon as it starts to get any defaults or late payments, it will pretty quickly affect your credit score because you're the main, you're a cosigner, or you're probably, hey, welcome, Raven, you're probably the main social security number on there, so it will be your credit score that will get affected if your daughter stops paying on them. So that was the thing that struck me the most was, yes, the rate was a little bit high, so I'd like to see you do something about it. And you can do something about it while you're still doing something else about all the other credit card debt too. So great question though. What else do you have? That's one of the things I find with Parent Plus loans and stuff, that we think that we're off the hook as parents because we have our kids paying on it, but you have to make sure that they stay current. Would you use 401k as a way to purchase a home? Probably not. Great, yes. Okay, good. I probably would not use a 401k. I definitely wouldn't use a withdrawal because my instinct is that you're too young to be withdrawing from your 401k without a penalty. You might be able to use some of a 401k, a Roth 401k, if you have that, and that's the principal that you can take out without any penalty. But the other thing that I have all my clients do when they want to buy a house is to to do like a forward-looking cash flow template where essentially you take what you're paying now and you adjust it to say, okay, what, like an as if. What if I already had my property? Then I need to be able to afford my mortgage. I need to pay for all my utilities. I need to have some money set aside for repairs. Because the last thing I want you to do is to borrow money to get into a house and then not have the cash flow on a monthly basis to stay in the house. So, sorry about that, guys. That was you falling off of the bookshelf because I think I just knocked over the cord. Okay. I think I'm going to go sit down. I didn't really like that look very much either. Let me know what you think. It's just cloudy outside, so my office, which is usually so brightly lit, just isn't very lit. Okay, what else? Yeah, okay. How do you feel about no spend months? Tell me about that, Katie. My instinct is you mean something like only cash, maybe? Or do you literally mean like spending zero? I find that possibility challenging to think of in terms of things like food, for instance. But I certainly would support you in no spend months for things like clothes or other discretionary extras, because in the months that you do that, then what you'll find pretty quickly is that A, you don't really need those things, and B, you'll literally be generating extra cash. And a lot of times people just need a few $100s to catch up their bills and get ahead. And if you have a month where you're spending a lot less on food, or you're dropping some of those other discretionaries like some entertainment sometimes people are a little bit frivolous with, or alcohol, or cigarettes, or food out. These are just some of the more common leaks. So if we're able to nail some of those down, then we have other options. Only bills and the bare minimum on groceries. Lots of posts on Pinterest on it. I'm not a huge Pinterest person, so I didn't know that. I like that idea, particularly if you need to kickstart or jumpstart your savings. I give a ton of tips around groceries. I don't have a lot of time right now to do it because I'm almost at a half an hour. But one of my more fun ones around groceries is to actually have you go and eat what's in your cabinet, so that literally by the end of the month you can see the back of all of your cabinets. I swear my husband gets super excited when he can see the back of our cabinets at all, because he's like, that's great, we're eating the food that's in there. So people keep a lot of particularly non-perishable foods, some in terms of perishables as well, but non-perishables that they like spaghetti, pasta's a big one, sauces, cans of tuna, or just other veggies. There's just so much stuff in our cabinets. So I would like to see you, at least in 1 month, make a real effort to not buy non-perishables. Use everything that you have in your house first. And then see what you can save and really jumpstart it. Because I will have a lot of people say, oh, I'm behind on these bills. How do I ever get ahead? Well, you get ahead by spending less and then having more money left over that month because you haven't spent it on things. So I hope that helps. And let me know, Katie, if you decide to do it, what the next step is for you. And I want all of you to think about what's the next step. How do I really make this a sustainable part of my life? Okay, any other questions here? Great questions so far, folks. What questions do you have? Thanks for the hearts. All good. And remember, day 10 today was on changing your behavior. We talked about automating payments. We talked about putting in alerts, right? And really getting the place where your bank was working for you in sending you alerts. You're tracking your money, and you can use any one of a number of apps that do it. You don't have to do it all on your own. Plus, I do have some spreadsheets that work really well to do that as well. Okay, what else do you got? Any other questions here? We're nearing 30 minutes, which is about what I like for my scopes when it has to do with this challenge. When I'm not in the challenge, then sometimes the scopes are actually shorter because I'm giving like a tip or something that I want you to go implement right away. Okay, any other questions here? Jump on in. And you can also post stuff on the forum too, and join me back on Monday. And then I'll probably be doing a scope 1, maybe twice over the weekend. What do you think, guys? And feel free to share this with your followers, with your friends, everybody on Facebook. Click on this little guy here to make sure that you're participating and following me. And thanks for all the hearts. We got a lot more hearts yesterday and the last day before that. So thank you all for that. You can give 500. And you can look at the end once I'm done, and you can scroll up. And actually, I think now you can even push me to the side, and you can see yourself in the list, most likely. And then you can see how many hearts you've given so far. So thank you, thank you. Okay, any more questions? Yay, hearts! Woohoo! Any more questions I can answer real quick? What's your most burning question when it comes to your money? Let me know. Here to help. Okay, well then I think we're going to wrap it up. We'll call it a wrap. Thanks very much, everybody. Keep posting in the forum. I want to hear you celebrate the end of your 10 days, or really the end of wherever you are, but our 10 days together in this kind of intimate way. Take the weekend to catch up on anything you missed, and let's really take a stand for ourselves. Step into this place of owning your money, owning your life in a way that you haven't allowed yourself to do that before. You've allowed yourself to be distracted, create more excuses for why you don't have what you want. But I want today, this week, these 2 weeks to be what shifts you out of that stuckness and that overwhelm to find that place of empowerment in your life. And I promise you I will talk a lot more about that next week on the webinars. Thank you so much for joining, everybody, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye, guys. Wonderful. Thanks so much, Peaches. So great. Thanks for joining today. Bye, everybody. Thanks for all the hearts. Love that. Yes, I love that too. Thanks, everybody. Bye. I'll let the hearts come a little more. I'll just take it in. Thanks, everybody. Bye, guys. Talk to you soon. Have a great day. Don't forget, finish strong. We have 90 days left in this year. Let's go make it happen. And we got a weekend to make sure we catch up on the Ditch Your Debt Challenge. I've heard so many wonderful stories of people negotiating down debt, earning more money. So let's get you into action too. Take care. Bye-bye.